Hey people, you found the Hillbilly Voodoo channel. We're back at it on our old fart drift cart here. Last episode we got the engine mounted, the seat frame and everything built, got our seat propped up there, and we were going to put her down on the floor and decide where the pedals and the steering are going to be. Well, as you see, we got it down here on the floor, and I'm pretty sure that skinny little tiny welding rod that I got holding the wheels apart there is not going to quite cut it for steering. So let's go out into the piles of ground obtainium and see what we can find for steering linkage and a steering wheel and maybe some other things that we need on this project today. A little bit of a recap for those of you just finding us. We're building this out of stuff that we have laying around here on the ground. We're not spending a dime on this thing. So far we have a frame that's built out of trampoline pipe that was destined for the garbage dump. We have wheels that were off of various hand trucks that were all smashed and bent and whatever. We scavenged the wheels off of them, and that's where those came from. The engine was out of a rototiller that got backed over by a D8 cat, and the only thing that was left was the engine. And pretty much all the other parts that we're working on here are coming out of the piles of ground obtainium that we have laying on the ground. So what the Hillbilly Voodoo channel is all about is doing what you got to make what you want. So let's go out and figure out what we got so we can make what we want. I found one of my old tadpole trike projects in the pile there and put a lot of miles on this thing. Don't really ride it anymore, and it's got some nice high-em joints there and some linkage and stuff, so we'll pull those out and hopefully use those for our steering. And I found a steering wheel that kind of looks like it was off of a lawn tractor. Could be good for what we need it for. And if that stuff doesn't work, then we got, what do we got here? We have the front suspension and steering stuff out of an old snowmobile. A lot of these pieces were already recycled for Eeyore, our extreme off-road wheelchair. So if you're liking this stuff, you should probably go back through our channel and check some of that things out. And then there's another steering wheel in here somewhere. Oh hey, there's a motorcycle there. Anyways, there's a, oh, where did I see that? Oh, right here. There's a smart car steering wheel. So we can use that. I think we'll use that lawn tractor steering wheel because, well, it's closer to the shop, and I kind of don't feel like packing this one over there. So we'll use that one. So let's go see what we can make out of that stuff, and otherwise we'll have to dig around here some more and find something else. I grabbed that tie rod out of that tadpole trike, and by some crazy weird fluke, it's almost perfectly the right length. If I have to give it a little bit more toe out, I'm probably going to have to separate it back there and narrow it a little bit, but it's in there and yeah, it does its thing. I got the steering wheel kind of tacked in there. I found some bushing type material that went over the shaft so it spins, and I've made another little bushing thing here that I'm going to put a bar coming off of there so that I can make a drag link going across. I think that's what it's called, the drag link, tie rod, whatever it is. Anyways, it's going to go across like this, so when you turn that will do its thing. Now, if you people have anybody in your life that is constantly on you about your junk, well, I got a solution for you. It's a pretty easy one. All you got to do, subscribe to the Hillbilly Voodoo channel. Next time that person is complaining about your junk, just show them the Hillbilly Voodoo channel. Because I have a problem with junk. And if that doesn't shut them up, then maybe you better clarify with them whether they have a problem with your junk or the junk. Because if they got a problem with your junk, I probably can't help you with that. But anyways, you should subscribe. Maybe give me a thumbs up. Keep following along on all my builds. Now you see that, people? Kind of looks like we've got some steering. Goes back and forth. It's like vroom vroom. Yeah! Well, let's see if we can figure out some pedals so we can make the gas pedal actually make the vroom vroom noises. I built us a pedal for our clutch. Pedals there. It's mounted up there with some tabs. Got a little pivot type thing here. What that is what was left over from the U-bolt rod that I used for the spindle. So I just took the chunk that was hanging off of there, chopped it off and bored a hole through it, and now it's our pivot. We got the linkage going straight down the frame, all the way down there, collected to our clutch, and you push on the clutch and it does that. Disconnects or loosens off the belt. Hopefully the belt will slip and that'll work as a clutch. So that's our thing there. What the rod is made out of was an old chunk of rebar that I just turned all the grippage or whatever the hell you call it on the rebar, just stuck it in the lathe and turned that off. So that didn't cost us anything. Pedal's just a bunch of random pieces of steel that were hanging around here. Now I got another chunk of that U-bolt from that side. And I'm going to build more or less the same idea here on this side for the gas pedal. Won't have a rod like that to control it. I think I'll just use like probably a bicycle brake cable or some type of cable type thing that I probably have laying around here or have an excessive abundance of. So let's stick this piece in the lathe and make it do what that does. Cool. Here's what our throttle pedal turned out like. It's a piece that I bored a hole through. I just sanded it so that the welds would be nice and good, and cut out a little chunk of steel that kind of looks like a skinny little pedal. Got it all tacked in there. Didn't really go mental with the welding. Found ourselves a brake cable off of a bicycle. Yeah, push down on the pedal. You got vroom, vroom, vroom. Pedal goes back to there, and it goes vroom, vroom, vroom. So that should do what we need it to. Now, we need a brake handle. Well, I think before we put a brake handle on this, because I know the second that I do, I'm going to jump on it and ride it out of the shop, which it's not ready to go. I sat on it when it was down here on the floor, and like I suspected, those bars are a little bit too wimpy for my hefty body. So I'm going to have to build a little bit more frameage around here, beef it up a little bit, and I'm going to do that after I get the motor running. I'm pretty sure nobody wants to see me sit around for a couple hours cleaning a carburetor because I know it's full of gunk. So I think we're going to leave this episode here. Next time we'll do the brake in the frame, and I'll do the carburetor off camera because that's super boring and nobody wants to see that. So until next time, use what you got to make what you want, and I'll see you later.